Republican Morning, the most news in the morning, period. Weekdays 6 Eastern.
We had you on this morning, and we got a record number of hits on our website from the story that we had on you, our Chris Lawrence did with you. What'd you think of the debate tonight? And I ask you this question because we did an informal poll earlier in the day, and you came out the overwhelming favorite to best handle this type of format.
Well, there for a while, I thought I was left out in the wilderness. You know, nobody looked at me for 35 minutes, and it was getting desperately close to the end where I thought it was very, very unfair. But it was unfair, but not terribly unfair, because I got my ad up at the right time, and it was a great ad, and then I had 2 questions. So I think we did well toward the end, but the system is a bit biased against our candidacy.
It's always important to have a big finish, though, correct?
That's right. You finish strong. That's right. That's all you need.
Which is exactly what you appear to be doing here, which is a little more than 4 weeks left until the Iowa caucuses. What do you attribute that surge to? Is it that what you're saying has suddenly gained a lot of resonance with people who are upset with the status quo? Is it something else?
I've latched on to the movement, and like I actually said there, you know, I'm thankful that I can be part of the revolution in a good sense of the word. And there's a lot of people very annoyed and very upset with the head of this country. I don't think the other candidates sense it at all. I don't think they've been out talking to the people.
Do you have a reasonable expectation that you could actually become the Republican nominee? Or is your best hope for a place of prominence in the convention so that you can get out there and talk about your ideas? What's the end goal here for you?
You know, I usually think one day at a time, 1 month at a time maybe, and it's been 12 months, no less than that. It's been about 11 months since we've started this, and we're doing amazingly well. So I think it's too early to talk about, what the real goals are. The goals at the beginning have to be to win and support your supporters. You know, don't let them down, and do your very, very best, and see where the chips may fall. And actually, we're doing rather well.
But should you not become the nominee, in the unlikely event that you should not become the nominee, would you seek a position of prominence at next summer's Republican convention?
Well, I would accept it, but I'm not the pushy type and make a demonstration, say, put me in. But if they felt like it was politically beneficial and I was invited to give a speech, I certainly would. But I would suspect that they're going to be in total denial right up to the end if I don't happen to be the candidate. They're in total denial of what's happened to the party, you know, their lack of fiscal conservatism, and they're totally blinded by this foreign policy. And I would think all the way up to the convention they're going to remain that way.
John McCain took a real swing at you tonight over Iraq. Is that a sign that you're a force to be reckoned with, or was he just looking at you as a convenient target?
I think he's very emotional about it, and you could tell. And he has emotional energy invested in this. But I've been in the service. I've been in for 5 years, so I know a little bit. I've not gone through certainly what he has. But he has staked his whole political career on defending this undeclared, illegal, preemptive war, going to war to enforce UN resolutions, and there's no way he can back out. He's just dug in his heels, and he has to try to save face, and he's sacrificing so much, and even it's sort of sad because all I think about is the tragedy of Vietnam, losing 60,000 men, and I just don't want to see that happen again.
You were asked again tonight about the potential that you could run as an independent candidate. Will you tonight absolutely rule out any idea of running as anything other than a Republican candidate?
Well, as close to absolute has been my position, and that is I have no intention of doing it. I don't look forward to that.
But close to absolute isn't absolute.
That is correct, but I've cautiously said that I have no intention.
Right. What could entice you to do that?
Well, right now, with my mental status about what I'm supposed to be doing, nothing could talk me into addressing that subject right now. You've been working on that.
Congressman Paul, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's always good to see you, sir. Continued success.
Okay.